Okay. I want to start off by saying thank you, God. That's something I always try to maintain in regard of being appreciative of what I can be appreciative of. And it's, as a target individual, it's hard to see that because life is destroyed. That you gotta be thankful for certain things. And one of the things I'm very thankful for is just I just didn't grow up to be the trash low life that they are. I'm not in good states of sanity or health, physical health, but at least I can still recognize that there's certain things that I just gotta be thankful for. And these clowns and this bottom feeders the government contracts to partake in this and try to recreate reality. As failed as it is, I'm just thankful that I didn't participate in that. When I mean failed is as a target individual, what's happening is like they try to like recreate what's happening to you as if it's something else, right? Try to confuse you and disorient you into thinking that what is happening to you, that this group of people that just like avenging and this and that and they're that, and they try to make you believe in these storylines and narratives they put together. It's so delusional, it's insane to even think somebody will subscribe to this. And as they notice that you and I identify with it, they try to be more fanatical and try to gaslight you into accepting this. And if anything, what it's doing is just agitating you to just be sure that this is not gonna go. It's over. What you guys are doing, I know. And I know what you deserve for that. So do your thing. If things go left because they try to gaslight you into this retardation, okay. But please understand, target individual, I will never even allow this trash to fantasize that I'm thinking this is what it is instead of the reality of what it is. So they have to be prepared for whatever that means if they play, because this target, these perps really are doing like good old school gaslighting. Even though the technology we're dealing with is extremely advanced, but gaslighting at this maximum level. And they think they can behave in this way, and they want you to be like, oh, because I'm acting this way. Where it's like, okay, come on. All the non-real things I know about you guys, come on. These clowns are trash and they deserve to die. That's the truth. I'm not saying to kill them is what we need to do. We shouldn't. But let's just say that I'm aware of that, and as they behave how they behave, I'm very, 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 very aware of that. No matter, and they utilize kids and teenagers, and then these kids, they just get this battery in their back by this trash, by this opportunist, and they think that because these people are thanking them for doing this trashy things they're doing, you're gonna be allowing this thing. Okay. And they think that you as a person who is a good-hearted person wouldn't do anything to somebody because they're children, in regard of like if they behave in these disgusting ways because they're children, you're gonna be more allowed to it. First of all, these kids, I don't see them as kids anymore. What they got involved into is something that is just no coming back from. The death, the suffering, and the tortures of women and children that they negate every day because I listen to that to reinforce reality. They have these ways of gaslighting you and try to break you down and brainwash you. And so they want to disorient you and negate the reality of what they're involved in. Every day I listen to that. Every day I hear them try to negate this. And every day just like, okay, for this not real stuff that you're talking about, it's going to be not real when we see each other. So you just like built up that anger, that this trash as kids, not only involved in this, but I really try to disorient, discredit the testimonials of these poor women being destroyed and raped and killed and tortured while presenting themselves as these avengers and protectors of. It's so disgusting. But it's okay. I'm not even. I don't like when they do this gaslighting. That's my time to just put that back in reality. That's that. There, this is when it's my time. So come. This is those moments like when they come in and play the gaslighting stuff, and I say moments they try to go into their thing. When they do this thing, that's the time for me to put the reality back. So I welcome them to do that. I've been ready to explode, so come on. Now, with that being said, I'm a target individual. I know what it means. The reality of what being a target individual is you just a test subject. The government is utilizing you, unfortunately, like a guinea pig. What it means is we deal with technology that can destroy our body and our mind in ways that are so advanced, it's unbelievable. This is happening to men, women, and children all around the world. We're talking about the technology that can almost like surgically damage your body, your internal organs and whatnot, and doing other things to you, like literally physiologically damaging your body. Your liver, your kidneys, your teeth are falling out, your brain is being literally damaged, your joints, your muscles, they're slowly doing that. But something that is even more advanced, and all like this technology is being applied to us remotely. So I'm not seeing this technology doing that to me. I'm not seeing it from where it's coming from. And so it's remote in that way. They are damaging you using this remote technology. I guess it's direct energy or some level of energy like weapon system. And then the other technology that we deal with is, I think to me, it's been the most disturbing for me, is the technology that can alter your mind. Now, they've been putting effort, investments into technology that can do that since the 50s, since the Korean War. The technology that alters your mind is something they've been able to do a lot of, even in the 50s and 60s. Rewiring your brain and altering your brain. That's when this trash come in hand. For example, because I'm about to logically able to be expressing myself about this technology, this trash want to disorient me, because when you're being manipulated, one thing this trash wants you to think is that you're not being manipulated. So this technology is rewiring your brain and it's weaponized. They're using this technology to harm you psychologically. They make you think in these degrading ways. They make you have an imagination of the most disturbing fashion, and they force you to get sexual stimulation whenever they want you in these disgusting ways. Then they have the trash that I'm talking about, that I'm thankful I never was, or never was the word, never even had the option of, to try to gaslight you. As I'm saying this thing, they try to have mental battles. This trash around you, what I mean by gaslighting, because they are manipulating you in certain ways, in these disturbing ways. They want you to be identifying with these manipulations. They want you to think that you are not being manipulated via this technology that can alter your mind, that is altering your mind in these degrading ways, because this technology is being weaponized. But they are just investing in their research, and they're just decoding your brain. They all kind of bullshit retardation they want you to identify with. It's clearly that your brain is being altered in the purpose of breaking you down. And a lot of these clowns are like some teenage retards on top of that. So to touch reality. That's why I'm like, come gaslight me, please. Give me a chance to show you how I'm identifying with this. You fucking coward low life. They're grooming this teenage trash to break people down, to normalize this thing, and they think I'm gonna let that lady live their fantasy. These trash are involved in a program where literally little kids are being tortured, women are being tortured, and they want me to think they are here protecting this disgusting trash. So that's the technology that degrades me the most, that breaks me down psychologically the most, because that is the worst. You know, when your body is just destroyed, at least if you have your mind, you can be okay. But when your mind is being manipulated and disoriented and destroyed, that is worse. That's why this target individual lose their mind and kill. For example, if I saw this trash around me and they would try to behave, like I know at one point it will go to that point. And I'm not an aggressive person. But I'm telling you, you get to a point where, oh my goodness, you almost want to have a confrontation. Like you're excited for a confrontation. You're looking for that confrontation. And on top of that, they tell me I'm being framed. So, oh my gosh. But the frame is apparently I'm with some kids here, some teenager. Oh my goodness. The mistake, if this trash I don't know what I would do. I'm scared that I would just lose my mind and do something. It'll be bad. Let's just say that I'm gonna react in ways that there'll be a change of a life here. And I'm not just being threatful. It's just I know it's been building and building and building, and rage is real. It's really real. So these trash are disgusting too. One of the things I was hearing. As today, what they do when they manipulate me in such a degrading way with my libido. They play with my libido. This in every way, every sexual stimulation. Every time I see children, they do these things to degrade me. They they manipulate my libido to have sexual stimulation. They act like they're protecting children. Oh, children, oh, little baby. And they act like they're the one protecting children while they're the one making your brain, manipulating your brain in the fashion to make you have sexual arousal. Meaning they can, the brain controls the libido. So they manipulate your libido, making you have sexual arousal because they can control your brain. So literally making you have sexual arousal via the control of the brain that they have. Taught children, they can make you have sexual arousal whenever they want. It's so disgusting. Whenever, boom, stimulation, boom, there's a kid. Sometimes I know there's going to be children because I can feel the sexual arousal they make me have. That's how disgusting it is. Sometimes they do the sexual arousal before I actually see children. Because when I turn around and I see a child, the sexual arousal, they want that to be at the timed right. That's how nasty he has become. And in my brain, they create mental battles like, nah, the sexual arousal are triggered by children. No, you are triggering me to have sexual arousal by controlling my brain to have sexual arousal. Libido is in your brain. By pressing that button, by stimulating that part of the brain, they make me have sexual arousal, and that is then aimed for children. So disgusting trash. And they act like they're just protecting children. Then they're like, no, it's our research. We actually mapped it. We mapped it. And when they mean mapped it, they don't mean to map the actual way they're mapping this thing. What they're doing is they mapped your brain to know how to manipulate you. So they know how to make you have sexual stimulation, regardless, like in your brain, mapping your brain to know, like, okay, we stimulate this part of the brain, sexual stimulation. We do this part of the brain, this emotion comes. We do this, can implant like that. That's how they're mapping to control you. To know what stimulation of this part of the brain, why it's gonna happen. That's the type of mapping we're talking about. To know how to control you. And once they control you in this degrading way that's disgusting. But they try to be like, nah, we're mapping. They use the clown's retard that they're just like, okay, fucking shit. And they're like, no, but just you, remember what you did, you abused. When they talk about me as a child, they try to exaggerate this piece of shit out here killing children and torturing children. No, you guys are the one abusing children. You guys are the one raping. Let me just say this better. The entities that run this program have issue with pedophilia, but in this program itself, they are torturing children sexually. They are harming them, they're suffocating them, they're damaging them. Then they play the fucking protectors of children, this disgusting trash. And they show their kids and they say, yeah, okay, what happened to the kids of this target individual? Would that suffocate, you piece of low life? Then you play the protectors of children by manipulating people's brains in this way to be like, no, we mapped it to you as a kid. It's the research. Fucking retards. Excuse my language, but that's truly what they are. They play my libido so much that, I have to, release. But I don't like to do that because then it becomes something where I can't stop watching adult content. That's why I don't think adult content is healthy. I think that's my opinion that has nothing to do with target individual or whatnot, but I don't think adult content is something that is good for men. And so I don't like it, but I watch it because what's happening is they stimulate me sexually so much, but of course aimed toward children in these degrading ways. So I need to find a way to release in a proper way. Well, not even proper, but in a way that's more like me. And so I end up watching adult content, which on its own is just they disturb me even more because when you get into this like weak, weird state of mind, and so they take advantage of that to just kind of do some more manipulation. It's already unhealthy in the sense of like your morality is low when you do this thing, right? So they take advantage of it. And it's funny, even while I'm watching that adult content, currently, for example, I've watched something I used to watch back in like 2007. So I was like 21. And it's old adult content that I'm watching again. Now, I'm much older. I'm over 15 years older at this point. But it's the same stuff. But the adult content, the girls there are like the same age I was when I was watching it initially. It's like, oh, you see, like them young. It's like, this is the things I used to watch in 2007. These girls are actually they're older than me because this is so old. But it's like, this is just me watching something I used to watch when I was 21 years old. When I was 20 years old. See, they hear this nose campaign. And they try to gaslight me with that. And in some of the cases, because in this adult content, there's like weird titles, and I guess people like this kind of stuff. But there's like, yeah, stepdaughter Tina's, like, Jesus, like you see that, it's like, and that's not what I'm watching. But it's somewhere in one of the like, when you like when they give you like these what's the related videos or something like that, and then the titles there, some of them is like, oh, stepdaughter, and this is like, oh God, it's like, yeah, you see you. It's like, stupid. You think that's the things I look for like that? It's like, no, you like things. Like, no, I don't. But you wish I did, and people are searching these things. It's just one of the videos that was titled there somewhere in the bottom. They're like, oh, yeah. And the thing is that it's not even something I saw. It's not something I watched. It's just like one of the many videos that is just like being displayed there. He's like, yeah, he's like, no. But there's people who actually like this kind of thing. So. But going back to my current manipulation that's degrading. I was hearing this trash yesterday saying something about he went into her mouth, or he went through her mouth, or something about it in her mouth. It's disgusting. And what they're referring to is the things they like to exaggerate of what I did as a child. They have created different type of exaggeration of what I did as a child, because what I did as a child was not that. I did something to myself, with myself, to myself. And they try to say, no, she used her hand. Not true. She touched it. No. They try to, like, the touch is the less of all, because there's like, maybe like, she was like, no, I did something to myself. You want to create some contact because you want that to be like sexual abuse, when in truth, because there was this article, I think it was from the Tribune, Chicago Tribune, some magazine. They talk about how kids at a certain age can do things of that nature. It's an impulsive act of a child, and children at that age are not fully developed. So they can do this act and never do it again. Right? The noise campaign that you hear here is supposed to like make me nervous about it, but that's what a child is capable of doing. And so they say like it's not even it's not sexual abuse if there's no contact. And so they try to create contact, and they try to exaggerate that too. From she touched it, you raped her hand, she used her mouth. And then it goes into even further stuff. You finger. And now it's like, it went in her mouth. It entered her mouth. And it's just the nasty things that they try to just exaggerate. Because what I actually did as a middle school child, as inappropriate as it was, it's not what they wish. But this trash who are here literally killing and torturing children, which I need to bring back again. I can circle back to this reality. This trash out here torturing children sexually, burning their genitals, harming, electrocuting their genitals, children, giving them sexual pain using this technology, suffocating them, blinding them, getting them sick. All these not real things that this trash are supposed to negate. That I'm supposed to let them live in that fantasized way, like it's gonna happen. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna bring the not real stuff to them. If they behave this way, if they try to gaslight me. For all the not real stuff, I need to do something. For this trash, thinking that this is not real. But the real thing is they're protecting children. then talk about what they're exaggerating about me doing when I was a child, to try to paint themselves as the Avengers. Trash. You think I'm being punished by people who torture children? Piece of low life. You need to be punished. These trash don't understand. They're the one deserving to die. Well, they understand. They know what they're part of. Their job is to kind of project onto you. And it's a way to just break you down. They know what this whole thing is about. They know what they sign up for. They know that they need to be accountable for it. But they understand that our job is to make it look like that we're these people who are avenging, protecting, punishing. And we have to make that person believe that, as we actually are doing things that are so sinister and disturbing, that even children are dying in this program. But we want this target individual to believe in this facade, in this narrative. And we can present ourselves as whatever we want. And then when it comes to, like, let's just say, forget about the what I did, but they talk about me with Courtney and Brittany to bring this women up. I was like, oh my gosh. The women and what they've done to women in this program, and what they're doing to women in this program, that is another level. You torture children, it's horrible. You torture, that's kids, they're babies, torturing them. But women, the level of torture they deal. For sure, one thing to expect if you're a woman as a target individual, a lot of women are being sexually tortured. Very common to hear target individuals who are women talk about at least some mention of sexual harm via this technology. It's like a common tool. They cut their vaginas, they burn their vagina, they execute their rectum, they all kind of nastiness that these trash are supposed to dismiss and make me think because they present themselves as feminists. Can you imagine? And they think I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, definitely that. That's. And they're like, nah, but I support trash. You support the program that's burning them, that's torturing them, that's abusing them. This trash ass. You know, it's funny I hear this low life say, that's abuse. Talk about me as a child when they hear abusing and torturing children. That's what's my job. When I see this trash, like, no, that's abuse, that's torture, that's killing children, you piece of fucking low life. You're not an avenger, you deserve to die. We know what you're signing up for. For all these children dying and suffering in this program, how many of them are not going to make it? Taking just too strong. And see this trash for the trash that they are, no matter what age they are. Because they think they're going to grow up normalizing that. With the narrative they put together in this fantasy where they're projecting. Can you imagine talking about that's abuse? Talk about child act that they have to exaggerate to the point of like in their mouths or some disgusting things. While they're involved in a program where they're suffocating, sexual torturing children. Talk about abuse. This is not fair. They do the seizures and all. Target individuals, stay strong. For me, I know how I'm going to handle myself. If I see them gaslighting me. But I'm not preaching violence, but I know that a proper reaction is deserving. Stay strong.